diving into a language today.
Mm-hmm.
A language that's so poetic, it's woven into music and folklore and even diplomacy.
Wow.
Dari.
Fascinating.
And you've provided us with this podcast script all about it.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm already fascinated by it.
Okay.
We're talking about Afghanistan, Iran, Tajikistan, all connected by this linguistic thread that goes back over 2,500 years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's even older than Latin.
I know, it's incredible.
Yeah, so much history there.
Well, and what's so intriguing about Dari is that it's actually a variety of Persian,
Oh, okay.
but its name hints at its prestigious past.
Interesting.
The word Dari actually comes from darbar, meaning royal court.
Oh, so it was like spoken in palaces and among nobility.
Exactly.
Wow, that makes me wonder how it became a bridge between so many diverse ethnic groups in the region.
Well, that's where the relationship between Dari, Farsi, and Tajik comes in.
Okay.
Imagine them as branches from the same Persian tree,
Okay.
each evolving with unique characteristics over time. So you have Farsi primarily in Iran, Dari in Afghanistan,
Right.
and then Tajik, spoken in Tajikistan, even adopted the Cyrillic script because of the Soviet influence during the 20th century.
Oh, wow.
The Soviets promoted Cyrillic script as part of their efforts to unify and control their republics.
It really is like a linguistic time capsule.
Yeah.
But I'm also struck by how Dari seems deeply connected to epic poetry and storytelling.
Absolutely.
Is that accurate?
Absolutely.
Right.
The Shahnameh, or Book of Kings, by Ferdowsi, is a prime example.
Okay.
This epic poem, written entirely in Persian, is a cornerstone of the literature.
Wow.
Not only does it showcase the history of the region, but it really highlights the beauty and flexibility of the language itself.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But Dari's reach extends beyond just these grand epics, right?
Oh, yeah.
What about its place in everyday life?
Well, think about the rich tradition of folkloric tales, lullabies, proverbs.
Yeah.
They're all expressions of Dari. These forms of storytelling carry culture and wisdom across generations.
Really fascinating.
And as you explore these further, you'll find they're not just entertainment.
Right.
They offer genuine insight into societal values, humor, and even how people cope with hardship.
It sounds like understanding these stories could provide a deeper understanding of the Afghan people themselves.
It's true.
The script mentions a podcast, Shuruk, that focuses on these stories.
Yeah.
That could be an amazing way to experience that firsthand.
Absolutely.
And speaking of artistic expression,
Yeah.
we can't forget Dari's influence on music.
Right.
Take Afghan classical music, for example.
Oh, yeah.
The lyrics often blend Dari poetry with melodies,
It's beautiful.
creating this truly unique and beautiful musical experience.
It is.
I'm already adding that to my list.
That's good.
I also see a recommendation for a podcast called Metronome that explores Persian and Dari music.
Oh, nice.
This deep dive has already been so eye-opening.
Yeah.
We haven't even finished the script.
It's a great script.
We've learned so much about the historical and cultural impact of Dari.
Lots to learn.
But I'm curious, where does the language stand today?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one we'll explore further.
Okay,
But I can tell you this. Dari is very much alive and well.
that's great to hear.
It's spoken by millions,
Yeah.
used in education, media, and even diplomacy.
Wow.
And despite the complexities of Afghanistan's history,
Mm-hmm.
Dari continues to be a significant unifying force for many people.
It's amazing to think that a language with roots in the royal court has evolved to become such a vital part of everyday life for so many.
Right.
This script has already given me a new appreciation for Dari and its cultural richness.
Good.
But I'm eager to learn more.
Yeah.
What other fascinating insights await us?
Oh, lots more.
Stick around because we're going to keep unpacking this incredible script.
Okay.
You know, diving deeper into this material on Dari, it strikes me how language isn't just about words themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
It shapes how people perceive the world,
Mm.
their values,
Uh-huh.
their sense of history.
Absolutely.
I'm especially intrigued by how Dari, with its foundation in poetry and storytelling, seems to encourage a certain eloquence
Right.
and nuance in expression.
It's not just about what you say, but how you say it in Dari.
I see.
This emphasis on artful expression permeates so many aspects of the culture, from casual conversations to formal settings like diplomacy.
That makes me think back to the historical connection to the royal court.
Yeah,
Does that history actually impact how Dari is used in diplomacy today?
absolutely. There's a level of formality and respect embedded in the language itself that lends itself well to those contexts.
Interesting.
It's fascinating how historical roots can continue to shape a language's role even centuries later.
Hearing about these elegant forms of expression like the Shahnameh and the intricate folk tales makes me wonder,
Yeah.
what are the biggest challenges someone totally new to Dari like myself would face in trying to learn it?
Well, like any language, Dari has its complexities. The grammar and pronunciation can be tricky for English speakers.
I bet.
But one of the most rewarding aspects is unlocking the treasures of Persian literature, understanding the nuances of those stories we've been discussing.
It's not just about literal translation then,
No.
but grasping a deeper cultural context.
Precisely. It's about accessing the soul of the culture.
Why?
Understanding how thoughts and emotions are expressed, and appreciating those subtle layers of meaning embedded in the language itself.
It makes you realize that language is so much more than just a tool for communication. It's almost like a key to understanding how different cultures view the world.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And Dari, with its long and vibrant history, really exemplifies that idea.
This script even mentioned a few podcasts like Orientalistics, History of Persia, and Reading Ferdowsi as good starting points for learning more.
Those are excellent choices.
Okay.
They offer a great overview of the language, its history, and cultural significance.
It's incredible how much there is to discover, even from just these initial sources.
Yeah.
This has really sparked my curiosity about Dari.
Great.
But we still have more to uncover in this fascinating podcast script.
We do.
What other insights await us?
We'll find out.
We'll find out in just a bit as we continue our deep dive.
Okay.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Dari. It's remarkable how much we've unpacked from this single podcast script, everything from its ancient origins to its modern-day usage.
It really does highlight how language can act as a window into a culture's soul, revealing their history, values, and way of life.
And I'm particularly drawn to the idea that learning Dari allows access to the rich tapestry of Persian literature and cultural traditions. It's a chance to connect with a vibrant community and experience this beautiful language firsthand.
You're right. It emphasizes that language is more than just a means of communication. It's a bridge that fosters understanding and empathy between cultures.
I'm also struck by how Dari functions as a unifying force, especially in a region like Afghanistan, with its diverse ethnicities and history of conflict.
Right.
How does it manage to bridge those divides?
Well, it goes back to that shared heritage we talked about. Dari provides a common ground, a sense of shared identity that transcends political and ethnic differences.
Okay.
Think of it as a cultural glue that binds people together through shared stories, poetry, music.
It's a testament to the power of language to create a sense of belonging, even in the face of adversity.
It is.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I keep coming back to that thought-provoking question posed in the script. If you could understand just one story or song in Dari, what kind of world would it open up for you?
That's such a beautiful question. It challenges us to think about the transformative potential of language learning.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to connect with a completely different perspective, to experience the world through a new lens.
It's a reminder that language learning goes beyond memorizing vocabulary and grammar.
Yeah.
It's about opening ourselves up to new worlds, new ways of thinking, and new ways of being.
Perhaps this deep dive has inspired some of our listeners to embark on their own journey of discovery with Dari.
I hope so.
The rewards, as we've seen, are truly immense.
This exploration has been incredibly enriching. If I could experience just one thing in Dari, it would be hearing a traditional Afghan musician sing a centuries-old poem.
Wow.
Can you imagine the history and emotion woven into those words and melodies? It's been a true pleasure diving into the world of Dari with you. Let this deep dive be the spark that ignites your own curiosity about this incredible language and the fascinating world it unlocks.